Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't moved much today, which is great because a lot of coins are again showing a lot of upside potential. Just keep going. So I can only encourage everybody not to get too small with your positions. Try to trade every single small wave or projection. Sometimes, again, pullbacks are shallow in bullish markets. And when there is an opportunity and there is a deep pullback, I think make use of it. But don't try to, sell here to buy back lower. Honestly, it's dangerous because you get too small with your positions and you risk, that you miss the entire move, basically. This is still the Bitcoin daily chart. Again, I still focus on the white count. I wanted to switch over to Twitter X network because I posted something, I think it was yesterday, that really tells the story about what my perspective is here. Feel free to follow us on Twitter or X network. More crypto on is the handle. Make sure that you've used the correct one. You find the link in the description. We post additional updates, basically every day. By far not as many as we do for our gold members, but there are additional updates, also other stuff like mindset related stuff and so on, trading stuff. But what I posted was, it appears likely that the price could reach a new high, though I'm inclined to think that a significant price top is forming in this area. Now that relates to the daily chart. Yeah, so I think there is the potential for a significant price top in this area. Yep, short term can still go higher. That's precisely what we're going to take a look at on the hourly chart. And I prefer to witness the price top between where we are now and the area around 67 to 68K. So that means in the short term, it can still go a little higher. But because Bitcoin's price is so close to the all-time high, we have to consider that maybe in this move up, which you see here actually on the 1 hour chart, which is still valid also on the current 1 hour chart, because obviously this was yesterday. On the 1 hour chart, this move up can still happen because we haven't broken our micro support area. So the idea is that I'm open to the possibility of a short-lived rally to establish a new all-time high, even though the price is already quite extended in the current structure. It is very extended, and if the white count, which is the preferred scenario, is really the one that's working out, that's playing out, then it is very much extended. And it actually takes a break below that 57,100 support level, the 50% retracement of that third wave rally, to suggest that a top has formed. But as long as this level holds, further direct extensions are likely. It's not 50, it's not 55K, no, it's 57,100. Please be aware that a break below 57,100 is only the first indication that a pullback is unfolding and further confirmation will be needed. But at least that means that the direct pathway to the upside on the 1 hour chart is being challenged. And if we don't even get that break, there's no indication at all that we have topped at all, okay? So I think I just want to show you that because it really visualizes and explains nicely my perspective for the latest updates. Yeah, feel free to check out our Twitter X Network account. Just make sure there are impersonators around as well. So only use our official link in the description. You can also find it on the website. So that's sort of the area where in the white count really a top should form, I would say, sort of in this region. And then wave 4 could start. And then we can use that as a jump off point for wave 5. Here, that could be a 25 to 35% pullback. Again, people have asked me already, okay, if you expect a pullback, does that mean we shouldn't buy into altcoins? Now see them as separate. It could mean that Bitcoin is going to move sideways for much longer, and then altcoins can go up quite significantly in that period. Or if Bitcoin does that pullback, maybe the altcoins also just do a bit of a sideways correction. It depends. Every chart is different. Every chart is different. Also, consider what I said. It is possible that we get a short-lived rally to all-time highs. So the chart is bullish. 57,100 is the critical short-term support that needs to break to suggest that some kind of a pullback is unfolding. But it's amazing, this structure here. The green count is also the accelerated bullish count. I'm open to it. It's only the alternative at the moment. I don't want to create hopium. But I could have been wrong about the white count, and the green one is accelerated bullish. So there is a direct bullish upside path, but I don't believe it until the market gives me evidence for it. Now, technically speaking, how do we deal with that? Is quite simple. I mean, it's quite simple because the trend is up. The trend is even up in the white count, even if we get that pullback. So it's worth having to be prepared for that green count with a core position. While if a pullback occurs in the white count, for example, into this area between 39 and 51.3K, well, that could be an opportunity because it would be a corrective pullback most likely in an overall uptrend. And it's not unlikely to get a pre-halving dip, right? A lot of people talk about it, but it's nothing I would predict. It's only a counter trend move, really. So yeah, that's sort of the daily chart. The 1 hour chart hasn't changed. So Bitcoin is consolidating with less and less volatility. The triangle I presented to you in the previous update is still valid, but the price has broken to the downside of this trend line. I think it's not relevant, this trend line. Yeah, but trend lines, I don't use them really. They're also not so important for Elliott Wave triangles. But the bottom line is we have something that looks a bit like a bullish pennant here. And it still is a pennant, and it still is not broken and still valid. Okay, so it could be that we're currently forming here this wave 4 as a triangle. And we completed the A wave, the B wave, the C wave, the D wave, and the E wave. And the move up is to follow. But it takes some evidence. For example, initially a break above the D wave high at 63,180 as initial indication that the wave 5 has started. Better would be a break above the 63,660 level to confirm that it's a break above the B wave high. And then you see here the 68K level is basically the next larger level on the Fibonacci scale. And yeah, I mean, if we get there, we cannot rule out maybe a quick move to all-time highs and then a rejection. But the microstructure allows for one more high. It allows for one more high. What you never know is if this triangle is just an internal triangle and we see a bit of a dip, but that's not currently what I would prefer. If we break below 57,100, then a top has already formed. Cannot rule that out. Again, looking at the daily chart, we are in this sort of topping region, I think. But it's a quite straightforward market. You have a very clear level to watch, 57,100. The trend is up. Even if we break the microstructure, that's basically just a signal we need. I would just see it as a signal that we need to say that, okay, possibly wave 3 is finished. In wave 3, for me, the only question is really, do we get one more high or is the high already in? And I'm leaning towards one more high as long as I see bullish structures like a high sideways consolidation or as long as the support level is holding at 57,100. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.